Well, hi everybody, it's Doug. So today what we have is this beautiful all brass American padlock set US. So it was military grade. Beautiful brand new condition. This one comes to me from Chris Capune in my last shipment. And there is your bitting. So it's got kind of a high and then a low towards the back there to make things challenging. And obviously it operates. So all ready to go. Let's get this in the vise. Now, a lot of interesting, I've had a couple of occasions where I picked really, really quickly on this one. And then on other occasions, it took me a while. And the reason there is that the tension is the most important part of dealing with one of these American cores. And what I've found is that there's too much tension, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep fighting the pins. And too little tension, and you're not going to get an absolute solid set. So there is something in between. Also, you're tempted to want to come from the bottom and pick off the bottom there. But I actually do much better picking, first of all, with a DeForest diamond. And I have much better luck picking my, off of nothing, using my own thumb as the fulcrum. The big thing is tension and pressure are going to vary from one model to another. I've noticed like a 5200 is very, very subtle, light little clicks and stuff like that. This one's got more solid snaps, but basically in the cases that I've found, almost always with the 5200 and this series, which I think is like an 820 or 2600, something like that. Basically, these things seem to always have a good one pin that does a good solid snap. And then after that, you have to lighten up the tension just to sort of release the remaining pins before you continue picking. And maybe that's just me, but I found a pretty consistency among these locks, pretty consistently. Not on the 1100s, though. On the 1100s, I always seem to get that false set first. No false sets here. Sorry for bumping you guys. So let's get going on this thing, and we will gut it when we're all done. So let me start at 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy, and 4 is fighting. So... let me start from the top again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and there was that snap that I was talking about. So you've got to apply just enough pressure for that first snap, and then listen. There was that little click. I think what's going on there is after that snap, it might overshoot. You have to let it settle into position. Either way, back to 1, click, 2, I kind of got springiness and then a click. 3, nothing. 4, shouldn't do anything. Got a little extra click there. Okay, that was actually on 5. Okay, back to 1. And again, a little relaxation. You might have heard some things drop down. I tend to relax after each round a little bit just to get get things to settle into place. So 1 gave me a little click there this time. 2, and we have our open. So I'll be really interested to see what is inside this. While I have picked it before, I have not gutted before today. Let's get our gutting tools in place. Our camera also ready. Do that. Move these out. And we'll get that Phillips screw. Come on, Phil. Maybe it's Phyllis. There we are. And always important to note, I already know these things lean to the right to make sure that we can get it back together properly. And I guess I will need the keys in order to complete the gut. Ah, slippery, greasy. Whee! If it goes shooting across the room, we'll know why. You might need to lock it up before that C-clip's going to come off. There we go. Clips away. You know where I'm going. Reaching for the shim. I might be using a left-handed shim here. Just kidding. No such thing. And I think, yeah. Oh. Okay. So what I dropped there was a wafer that I think came from one. Okay, it's a 5-pinner. Oh, there was another wafer. Jeez. They are just wafering all over the place. So what is going on here, this is an interesting one, is wafers are being used to bring the pins up to the shear line with the key. So there we go. It is perfectly smooth now, but some of what you see there is not pins but wafer top, not pin tops but wafers. So let us carefully unchamber those. One is a serrated. 2 is a wafer, then a short pin, wafer and a serrated. 4 is just a serrated. 5 is a serrated. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wafer and serrated. Alrighty. Let's take a quick look at those pins. Those are kind of cool looking. Oh, and there's this wafer, which I can't forget, came out somewhere. Since I'm not actually part of a mastering system, it probably does not matter where I put it back. But let us take a quick look at one of these serrated pins. So number 5. Wow, let me see if I can actually, yeah, pretty. That is nice. Sharp. And actually, I do think those are deeper serrations than you'd see on, at least I've seen on a 5200. So that's probably why we get those good solid clicks along the way. And there's another one. I actually see red rings in there. That's kind of interesting. And then blue rings inside that one. I think I'm seeing blue. Either way, I'm not seeing red. Okay, so what's going on up in the Bible is another story. Let's see if we can do this without destroying and or shooting wafers everywhere. This one is not a true, genuine follower, of course. So that was one. No, hello, it's still there. Somebody should have told me that. Okay, very serrated. Wow, look at that one. So either way, yeah, sorry. This is the one major disadvantage of not using a genuinely sized follower is that you can lose track of wafers because they might come out under the slightly undersized follower. Okay, another serrated. Number 3. I'm going to pull that one right up to the camera. That's a beautiful spool. Serrated spool. Notice the Yeah, notice the serrations on either end of the spool. That's pretty. Okay, swap ends for the last two. Number 5 is another serrated spool. And number 4 is a, whoa, number 4 is a really cool serrated end pin. Let me see if I can actually bring one end up to the camera for you. That's kind of neat. I don't think I've ever seen one of those things. So there we are. We'll take another look close up now. But basically, that is the insides of that beautiful American lock. Thank you, Chris Capune. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Beautiful, beautiful, just amazing serrated spools. This unusual pin, unless there was a substitute for one that maybe got lost. And then these remaining serrated pins. And of course, lots of serrations on the key pins. Thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you to my existing subscribers. And everybody, stay safe, stay out of trouble. If you get a chance, please do comment, like, and subscribe where appropriate. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.